Will you please remain standing for the presentation of colors and for the playing of our national anthem? You may be seated. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, and staff, I welcome you to the 2015 Winter Commencement exercises at Henderson State University. We are pleased to have you join us as we celebrate the achievements of this graduating class. Please join me for a moment of silence as we give thanks for our many blessings this year and for the special graduates that are here today. Thank you. Commencement is always a time of excitement at the university for the graduates, for their families, and their friends. I congratulate all of the graduates who are assembled here today. I know this occasion will be a memorable one for each of you. This is indeed a milestone event in your lives, and we commend you. We all see and feel the excitement as you complete this phase of your lives and look forward to the future that awaits you. Additionally, I want to thank you for choosing Henderson and for persisting to graduation. We know you had many choices prior to enrolling, and I'm certain that the past few years have confirmed that you made the right choice. For 125 years, Henderson has been making a difference in the lives of students and their families. As a public regional university, our first responsibility remains to the students of our region and our state. To demonstrate the impact of Henderson, I will ask two questions that require participation from our graduates and our faculty and presenting party. To our graduates, if you are the first person in your family to earn a college degree, will you please stand to be recognized? To our faculty and members of the presenting party, if you were the first person in your family to earn a college degree, will you stand and be recognized as well? Finally, there's one other very special group of people who should be recognized as well. If you are a parent or family member in the building Will you please stand to be recognized? If you're a parent or family member of one of our graduates, will you please stand to be recognized? We thank you for the support and encouragement you have offered to our graduates during their time here at Henderson. Today, we're pleased to be joined by members of the Henderson State University Board of Trustees. Present this afternoon are Mr. Ross Whipple, Ms. Deborah Nolan, Mr. Brown Hardman, Mr. Eddie Arnold, and Ms. Carol Jo Atkinson. These individuals are appointed by the governor of the state and are charged by law with a responsibility for overseeing the university. They give freely of their time and resources and serve because they love Henderson State University. And I personally thank them for the counsel and advice they give me on a frequent basis. Please join me in acknowledging our Board of Trustees. Also present with us today are the senior leaders of our institution. They are Mr. Bobby Jones, Vice President of Finance and Administration, Dr. Lewis Shepard, Vice President for Student External Affairs, Ms. Jennifer Boyette, Vice President for University Advancement, Dr. Elaine Kneebone, General Counsel, and Dr. Steve Atkinson, Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs. Please join me in thanking these individuals for their service to HSU. The presenting party also includes Dr. Brett Service, our Mace Bearer and President of the Faculty Senate, Dr. John Hardy, Dean of the Ellis College of Arts and Sciences, and Dr. Ken Taylor, Vice Provost and Dean of our Graduate School. Our public address announcer is Dr. Drew Smith. Please join me in thanking them for their service to Henderson as well. At this time, I would also like to recognize the Henderson staff, a group of people who work very hard to ensure that our university functions smoothly and whose efforts are essential to the university but often go unnoticed. Please join me in expressing our appreciation for the staff, many of whom are working to bring this to you today. The faculty of any institution largely determines the quality of the education found therein. They are indeed the core of the university, and we're fortunate to have an outstanding and dedicated faculty here at Henderson. Students, please join me in acknowledging the efforts of our faculty over the course of your academic year. To our faculty. It's now my pleasure to call upon Dr. Steve Atkinson, our Provost, to provide remarks and to introduce the presenters for the faculty charge and the student response. Dr. Atkinson.
It's my great pleasure to welcome you all here today to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates. I know that all of you here are just as proud as we are of these fine people and are as eager to congratulate them as we are. I would, though, like to ask when their names are called and they're walking, if you would keep your congratulations down so that we can hear the names of all of our graduates as they come forward. We'll have plenty of time at the end of commencement to get as loud as we want to with our congratulations. I'm pleased now to introduce to you all a long-standing and honored tradition at Henderson State University, the faculty charge to our graduating students and the corresponding student response. This faculty charge reflects the great pride we feel in the accomplishments of our students and the great promise that they hold for our communities and our societies as graduates of Henderson State University. Our graduates today will join this long tradition of fulfilling that promise, a tradition demonstrated daily by our past graduates. In fact, President Jones himself once stood before our faculty to respond to this charge as a proud Henderson graduate. It's my pleasure to introduce to you now Ms. Mitzi Bass, Assistant Professor of English, who has been selected to deliver today's faculty charge.
President Jones, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, thank you, friends and family, and the reason we are here today, graduates, welcome. My name is Mitzi Bass, and I have had the honor of teaching English on the campus of Henderson State University, the school with a heart, for almost 30 years. 9 of those, thank you. I'm that old. 9 of those as an adjunct teaching part-time, and almost 21 of those teaching full-time. Let me offer my congratulations to you, December 2015 graduates. I am well aware that you have worked very hard in order to earn your degree. Many of you working hard not only as our students, but as part-time, even full-time workers on and off campus. I have taught students in 8 o'clock classes who have worked the night or swing shift and then come straight to class. I have taught employees on this campus who give up a lunch break to take a class or stay for night classes in order to earn their degrees, which of course at this rate takes years to complete. Graduates, congratulations for staying the course, for completing your courses, and of course, for choosing to walk in your graduation ceremony. Let me thank you, Henderson graduates, for teaching me more than I could ever have hoped or dreamed of teaching you. You have modeled for me perseverance, determination, and today, completion. I have started every class session, whether in hot August or snowy January, by asking my students this question: who would trade places with you? Of your friends, family, acquaintances, who would want the chance to be on a college campus alive with music and theater, lectures, projects, arts of many media, scientific and psychological laboratories, including a biological field station, and even a planetarium? Henderson offers instruction in 3 foreign languages and offers the possibility of international study. Our library showcases both hardback books and delivers limitless virtual options for every discipline and for every interest. Most of us would answer that question: who would trade places with us, by listing many people. Since Henderson State University is Arkansas's liberal arts university, much conversation and much composing has shaped our mission statement. Our university mission statement includes 8 goals that we endeavor to nurture in each student, each of you. The first goal is to think logically and critically. Diane Ravitch, a research professor of education at New York University, writes that critical thinking involves comparing, contrasting, and synthesizing what one has learned. A great deal of knowledge is necessary before one can begin to reflect on its meaning and look for alternative explanations. The intelligent person, the one who is truly a practitioner of critical thinking, has the capacity to understand the lessons of history, to grasp the inner logic of science and mathematics, and to realize the meaning of philosophical debates by studying them. Ravitch reminds us that through literature, we have the opportunity to see the world through the eyes of another person, to walk in his or her shoes, to experience life as it was lived in another century, another time and place. She closes her statement by underscoring that we must teach the value of knowledge, the value of knowledge and the love of learning. Our mission statement in our liberal arts core, classes required of all, guide faculty and students in these pursuits. Over the years, I have encouraged Masters of Western Literature students to recognize allusions, famous references, which I assure them they will continue to encounter. As we study, we acknowledge that we all have Achilles' heels, places where we are not strong, we're vulnerable. We discuss whether we all need Don Quixote's vision in order to change our attitude about some circumstances and situations, while balancing the need of hearing Sancho's realistic voice in our ears to let us know that we are fighting windmills, not giants. But perhaps the illusion that will have the most lasting effect is this one: treat others as we want to be treated. How would our classrooms, workplaces, state, nation, even world be changed if we all followed this golden rule? Graduates of Henderson State University, December 2015, I leave you with the question that I ask at the first session of every semester. As you are awarded your diploma today, who would trade places with you? As you recess from this graduation ceremony, I encourage you to go. Heads high. You've earned it. Many of you through your own sacrifice or that of your families. Hearts open to where next. Hands open to offer assistance to help solve problems of this world. Knowing that not everything you try will be successful. Our Achilles heels sometimes stop us from being successful in every situation. But like Don Quixote, plan to pick yourself up and charge forth with a determination to keep moving forward, armed with the surest advice for problem solving. Treat others like you want to be treated. Thank you for your attention.
Well spoken, Professor Bass. Thank you. I would now like to introduce Ms. Amy Barlow, who has been selected to offer today's student response.
President Jones, Board of Trustees, distinguished faculty, families, and friends, good afternoon and welcome. I would first like to say thank you to the university for allowing me this opportunity to speak with you today. I'm truly honored to be here. And to my fellow graduates, a well-deserved congratulations. No worthwhile achievement comes without sacrifice, and I know the road we travel to arrive at this moment is not always a smooth one. In navigating my own journey, I've been forced to maintain a delicate balance between reaching my potential as a student and supporting myself and my twin boys, now 5 years old. I've faced many tough choices to overcome obstacles in my path, but I know I haven't sacrificed alone. Here at Henderson, I have met students who finish work on the night shift only to begin work in class, still in a uniform, and those who go to jobs right after class, squeezing in study time somewhere in between. I've met students who drive hours every day just to get here, listening to audio versions of coursework along the way, and others who spend time in class worrying about elderly family members that need their care at home. Whatever the individual situation, as college students, we have sacrificed countless hours of sleep, carefree time with friends or family, and perhaps some moments of sanity, if you're anything like me. As we prepare to reap the rewards of these sacrifices, we have much cause to look forward to the future. But before we look ahead, let's take just a moment to reflect on what it is we have achieved. Think back to the time when you first decided to go to college. What did you expect? What were your goals? Many of us pursue degrees to build a career we love or increase our earning potential. A young woman whose inspired words I was lucky enough to hear at the Henderson Foundation banquet spoke of her motivation to advance her family and her community. When I ask myself these questions, I think of career goals and creating a brighter future for myself and my sons. But my thoughts also gravitate to my love of learning and the power of education. Our personal goals may differ, but I sense that we are united by a desire to improve ourselves and a belief that education will pave the way for us to do so. So where does this common trust come from? What is education? My first notions of this fundamental aspect of our lives were instilled in me by my mother, who remains a constant fountain of enlightenment in my world. From a very young age, I came to know education as an objective with a measurable value, something to be maintained and defended with urgency. School wasn't just school. It was my job, my responsibility to take advantage of opportunity. I didn't always understand the all-importance of education that my mother insisted on, but today I owe her my gratitude. The seed she planted blossomed into the love of learning that brings me to this moment. Here I must also thank my father. He passed away earlier this year, but he left me with a lifetime of wisdom, and my love of learning could not have taken me so far if he hadn't shared with me his utterly fierce brand of perseverance. As I reflect on all that my pursuit of education means to me and the commitment to learning made by all of us graduating today, I hardly know how to begin to describe its significance. Thankfully, contemplating and defining the value of education is a centuries-long tradition, and my experiences here at Henderson provide me abundant avenues to explore its meaning. I have my American Women's History professor, Dr. Boswell, to thank for many things, among them being introducing me to the inspiring story of Mary McLeod Bethune. If you don't know Mary Bethune, she was a distinguished mentor and activist. She began her life as the daughter of slaves. She received her own education from missionaries, and she spent her career uplifting communities and ensuring educational opportunity would be available to all. In 1904, Mary Bethune opened a school with an enrollment of 5 girls, using ink supplied by mashed berries and pencils made of the charred splinters of logs. Determined to meet the needs of a growing number of students and refusing to take no from an answer from anyone, including herself, she haunted trash piles for salvageable furniture and sold ice cream, harnessing her incredible ingenuity to transform a desolate lot nicknamed Hell's Hole into the Bethune-Cookman College campus, a thriving center of learning. When Dr. Bethune died in 1955, she left in her will a thirst for education, stating that knowledge is the prime need of the hour. Her story of courage and sacrifice is a testament to the grand essence of education as I know it. In my mind, knowledge is the prime need of any hour. We commit ourselves to education because we recognize the scope of its value. It is more than simple instruction. It transforms our perspectives. It changes our lives. It kindles our passions, and it offers a legacy we leave behind for others. We define it and redefine it for ourselves our whole lives, following it in different directions, reaping as many rewards as we are willing to collect. Before I came to Henderson, I considered myself fully aware of the awesome power of learning, but my years here have taught me still more facets of its potential. Education is more than the enlightenment of an individual experience. It is also a collective undertaking. Henderson prides itself on being the school with a heart. When I first attended class here, my understanding of this message was just another poster on the wall. If you're a student here, you've probably seen them. Now that I've witnessed the devotion to students and the thoughtful cultivation of atmosphere those posters represent, I will remember them fondly as the messengers of this community of learning that I have grown to know and love. As a student here, I gathered pearls of wisdom from professors willing not only to offer their expertise, but also their encouragement and their time outside of class to help me work toward my goals. In the creative learning environment fostered here, I participated in stimulating discussions, finding myself motivated and enlightened by the diverse perspectives of my classmates. I have seen the ready spirit at work both inside and outside the classroom. Working within campus organizations or events, we are encouraged to donate our time and talents to the community. As we are encouraged to serve, we are surrounded by models of its virtue. I had the privilege of working with Ms. Ligon and Ms. Hooten in the Academic Advising Center, where I found the heart of Henderson beating in full force. As I played my small part tutoring students of Western literature, I looked on in admiration as these women and others worked tirelessly to connect students with resources to empower them, whether it be access to a computer, help with difficult coursework, or a compassionate listening ear and a positive outlook. Education does not operate in a vacuum, and I am grateful to every professor, classmate, and administrator here at Henderson for making my pursuit of learning possible and opening my eyes to the experience of education on a communal level. Now, my fellow graduates, for the future. As an English major here, I've spent a fair amount of time identifying the sweeping characteristics of literary movements and historical periods in centuries past. As I work to identify the themes of earlier times, I often wondered what students 100 years from now will read in the collected texts of our own century. We live in an exciting time. In the few short decades since we were born, the fabric of daily life has transformed rapidly. When I was a student in elementary school, I was playing Oregon Trail and practicing typing on a bulky desktop computer. All the phones I used had wires, and they were strictly limited to making phone calls. If I wanted to share pictures with my grandmother in England, that usually meant writing a letter. Now I get virtual tours of her newly decorated apartment through FaceTime, and even my 5-year-old sons can research their favorite topics online. All they have to do is say, "Okay, Google," and ask. All of us with a device have an entire world of information literally at our fingertips and access to connectivity on a global scale. The collected body of knowledge at our disposal is more complete than in any other generation before us, and the technology available in our time promises even further exploration. What new solutions and unimagined realms of possibility might we discover? When I think of what my own legacy of education may be, what new worlds my sons might inhabit, I'm filled with anticipation. Forgive me if I seem a bit idealistic. I'm attracted to big ideas. I recognize that the excitement of moving forward from this pivotal moment is also tinged with fear and uncertainty. This new world we have inherited is one of great promise, but it also presents us with many challenges. Yet each obstacle we face on the road ahead is also an opportunity to put the power of our education to the test, to keep questioning, to keep learning from our mistakes, to keep exploring ourselves, our communities, and our world. As the privileged beneficiaries of a long line of preservers of education, both past and present, we have the ability and the responsibility to use our knowledge to build on their efforts and ensure that the next generation will have the same opportunities. Wherever we go from here, I hope we will take our education with us, both the skills we have gained and the spirit we have felt. We can preserve our knowledge by sharing it, taking advantage of everyday opportunities to be student and teacher, and rewarding those who supported us by offering that support to someone else. We can be bold. Fortified by the tools we have earned, we need not limit ourselves out of fear in a world that cries out for new talents and creative imagination. We need not shy away from big dreams because we have seen and experienced the far-reaching impact of collective effort. The sacrifices that brought us to this day are proof that we have the dedication required to achieve any vision we set our minds to, and I can't wait to see what we do next. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Barlow. Well spoken. Your response leaves no doubt that you and your colleagues are ready to fulfill the charge with which our faculty have invested all of you. And now the part of our commencement that you have all been working so hard and long toward. Dr. Ken Taylor, Vice Provost and Dean of our graduate school, please come forward to present our graduate candidate for degree.
Thank you, Dr. Atkinson. Will the candidate for the Master of Liberal Arts degree please stand? Dr. Jones, on behalf of the graduate faculty of Henderson State University, I present to you the candidate for the Master of Liberal Arts degree. Please come forward.
Master of Liberal Arts, Brittany Dixon.
Dr. John Hardy, Dean of Ellis College of Arts and Sciences, please come forward to present our Ellis College candidates for degrees.
Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degree please stand? Please stand. President Jones, on behalf of the faculty of the Ellis College of Arts and Sciences, I present to you the candidates for the baccalaureate degree. Candidates, please come forward.
Bachelor of Arts, Amy Jane Burns Barlow, cum laude. Ronald L. Dickinson. Joseph Lamar Branscombe. Laura Luz Castillo Bahina. Ashley Aline Childs. Bethany Ann Cole. Brittany Nicole Cox. Zoe Lynn Dalzell, cum laude, Honors College Scholar. Dontisha R. Davis. Lauren Rose Dudley, summa cum laude, Honors College Scholar. Kaylin Danae Dugan, summa cum laude. Anisha Divine Flowers. Anicia. Pernelia LaBrook Grundy. Clark Henson Hale. Adrienne Michelle Johnson. Jordan Matthew Johnson. Caitlin Malia Kitchens. Timothy Joseph Llewellyn. Andrea Faith McDaniel, magna cum laude. Emily Danielle Miller, magna cum laude. Kaylin Malachi Nicholas, summa cum laude. Matthew Allen Patterson. Ashlyn April Price. Callie Payne Pritchard, magna cum laude. William Lee Richardson. Jason Ross Smith. Mackenzie K. Stone, cum laude. Cheyenne Renee Sumler. Amanda Destiny Wisenhunt, magna cum laude. Bachelor of Fine Arts, Ryan C. Cooper. Cheyenne Danielle Lee. Amber Elizabeth Perry. Crystal L. Warren, cum laude. Bachelor of Science, Ellis College. Victoria Francis Buck. Taylor Marie Burrows, cum laude. Demetria Rosette Cox. Taylor Nicole Davis. Lee Lewis Gabavi. Lindsay Nicole Goodwin. Kevin Lee Haney. Paige J. Henry. Alexis C. Humphrey. Brooks Jordan Mays. Austin M. McCown. Sarah Catherine Weaver. Joshua Zamorano. Bachelor of Science in Education, Ellis College. Megan Elizabeth Michon. Bachelor of General Studies, Madison Taylor Brady. Zachary Joseph Buffkin. Sandra Gwen Burks. Jonathan Jamar Butler. Jacqueline Marissa Coronado. Sean Landon Dempsey, cum laude. Barbara Jean Henderson. Stephen Day Hunsucker. Mary Colleen Eisenman. James Brandon Martin. Ryan Allen McDonald. Ashley Danica Sanders. Sarah Nicole Walker. Garrett Thomas Whitley. Jacqueline Denise Scott Wilson. Bachelor of Music, Stephen C. Alvarado. Darla Danielle Humes, summa cum laude, Honors College Scholar. Caitlin Brooke Mahaffey, cum laude. Kristen Nicole McClure. Jordan Cortez Murdoch. Lisa Jean Ridgway. Sarah Christina Merrill Sapog. Elizabeth Ashley Tapley. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Vera Akum Akuro.
Please be seated. We're not done yet. Just a little bit more. President Jones, it's my pleasure as provost of our institution to present these degree candidates to you. Would you please come forward to confer their degrees?
Will the holders of all degrees please stand? That's bachelor's, master's, bachelor's, and associates. Please stand. Upon the recommendation of the faculty of Henderson State University, and by the authority vested in me by the people, the state of Arkansas, and the Board of Trustees of Henderson State University, I confer upon each of you the master, bachelor's, and associate's degree, and I declare you entitled to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. You may move your tassels from right to left to signify that you are now a college graduate. I know our sound system is not the best, and so maybe you didn't hear me, but let's congratulate them because they are now a college graduate. Please remain standing. First and foremost, I would like to thank all of you, to our graduates and to your families, for choosing Henderson State University. Please remain standing as we sing our alma mater, but also as we engage in the recessional. Once the faculty has recessed, the audience is welcome to join their graduates here on the floor. Again, thank you all for being here today, and let's sing the alma mater one last time.
You went. And I thought that was it.